WFSB, Connecticut's #1 local news. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 7.
And we're starting you off here at 7 o'clock with breaking news. A UConn student who is also a murder suspect is expected to return to Connecticut. Thanks so much for joining us here. We are streaming live right now on Roku, Apple TV, and the Amazon Fire Stick. We're expecting to hear from state police at Troop C, and here they are.
In attending today's briefing, we're here to provide updates as it pertains to the Peter Manfredonia investigation. Please understand that despite the fact that an arrest has been made, this is still a very active and ongoing investigation. At the request of the Talon State's Attorney, I will not be able to go into the specifics of this investigation following the briefing. Therefore, I will not be taking any questions pertaining to the specifics of this investigation. The purpose of today's briefing was merely to provide updates in terms of where we are and our investigative steps, and also to discuss plans moving forward. Before we begin, as an agency, we just would like to take the time to express our deepest sympathies to those that have been impacted by the crimes that have been committed as a result of this investigation. Our hope is that the developments that will be provided today will help to bring the families and communities that were directly impacted some form of closure. During the overnight hours of June 11th into the morning of June 12th, troopers and detectives from our emergency services unit, as well as members of the Department of Correction, took custody of Manfredonia and transported him from Maryland over here to Troop C in Talon. You'll recall weeks prior, Manfredonia previously waived his rights to contest extradition. Manfredonia is currently being processed according to state police policy and procedure, and will be charged with the following: murder, criminal attempt to commit murder, assault in the first degree, home invasion, kidnapping with a firearm in the first degree, robbery in the first degree, larceny in the first degree, 2 counts of stealing a firearm, and assault on an elderly party in the third degree. These charges are as a result of the alleged crimes that have been committed in Wilmington. Manfredonia's bond has been set by the courts at $5 million. He'll be transported to Rockville Superior Court. Later on this morning, he'll be arraigned on those charges. Our major crimes detectives, some of the most talented detectives in our nation, continue to work around the clock tirelessly on this investigation, which again remains active and ongoing. Additional charges will be lodged against Manfredonia in the coming days for the crimes that were committed in Derby. We just want to, again, take this opportunity to thank the many law enforcement agencies that assisted us throughout this investigation, the various local departments, the many state police agencies, as well as federal agencies that assisted us throughout this investigation, as well as the many citizens that had come forward with information pertaining to the crimes that were committed, not only in Wilmington, but Derby, as well as various locations outside the state. A press release and booking photo will be uploaded onto our website, cspnews.org, shortly after this briefing. However, the arrest warrant pertaining to this investigation will not be immediately available because that information has been sealed for 14 days. We're hoping that information will come forward. Well, that information will be available after it's been unsealed. However, again, it won't be immediately available following this briefing. I just ask that you guys keep an eye out for the updates pertaining to the photos and criminal information summary that will be uploaded onto our website immediately following this briefing. Again, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank you all for coming out and hearing the information on today's briefing. And again, we're hoping to have further information pertaining to the crimes in Derby in the coming days. Thank you.
Can you just say your first and last name again?
Trooper Joe Sue.
All right, we're hearing from some of the state troopers there at Troop C about that murder suspect coming back to Connecticut. And stay with Eyewitness News today for more developing information on this case. Just download our free Channel 3 app.
All right, and weather-wise across Connecticut, dependent upon where you are, perhaps waking up to some sunshine this morning. Other parts of Connecticut, some locally dense fog. In fact, we do have a dense fog advisory up for coastal Connecticut and for all of Middlesex and New London counties. This runs for another 55 minutes until 8 o'clock this morning. There you can see along the shoreline, those visibility still down to around a quarter of a mile in New Haven and Bridgeport, but improvement in Groton, now up to 1 mile there. So the fog will be burning off. Any clouds that we have will be also eroding, giving way to a lot of sunshine as we close out the week. We're right now in the mid and upper 60s inland. Same for the Connecticut coastline. Our eye can be from Hartford. Very picturesque, showing the breaks in the clouds and the sun rising overhead, but then over the Connecticut River Valley, showing the low clouds and the fog there. So quite a scene coming in from atop Hartford 21, looking toward the east. But in New Haven, conversely, we're socked in with the low clouds, not much in the way of sunshine, and you can really struggle to make out the sleeping giant there along the horizon with the poor visibility and the fogginess. And from New London, again, some improvement from coastal southeast Connecticut. In our view from Middletown, looking downstream of the Connecticut River, you can see very tranquil there along the river, with the clouds reflecting off of it. So throughout the region, a cold front has been making its way through southern New England, now beginning to exit the Cape and Islands. And as that happens, those showers will come to an end, and the clouds again here in Connecticut will continue to erode. And the humidity is going to be dropping. Right now, we still have dew point values in the 60s, but off to our west and northwest, much, much drier air. Values go from the 50s into the 40s, and that is the dry air that eventually filters into Connecticut. So FUTURECAST shows this morning any of the lingering clouds will give way to a mainly clear sky, and during the course of the afternoon, we'll also see ample sunshine. If you have outdoor dining plans going al fresco this evening, the weather will certainly cooperate, and then even tonight will be mainly clear. Tomorrow, we should see plenty of sunshine from when the sun rises to when it sets tomorrow afternoon. So again, dew point values this morning are in the 60s. They'll be dropping as a westerly wind filters some drier air into the state. So going through the 50s, eventually into the 40s by this afternoon. It's going to be comfortably warm because temperatures are still going to be about 5 degrees above average. Our normal high 79. We're going 80 to 85 for many spots inland, the exception the Litchfield Hills, upper 70s near 80 there, and the upper 70s to near 80 along the Connecticut coastline. So a good day to spend at area beaches if you're able to get a jump start on the weekend. Just remember that sunscreen. High tide comes mid to late afternoon. For the weekend, we've got much more comfortable weather on tap. You can give the air conditioning a break as the humidity will be low. Great weather for sleeping with the windows open, as we'll have morning lows in the 50s, afternoon highs in the mid 70s, mostly sunny tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds on Sunday. And what was once going to be a storm system kind of nearby the middle of next week that was going to bring us some wet weather now looks to stay suppressed our south, where we could see a 6 or 7 day period of dry weather with a gradual warming trend taking us to near 80 by the middle of next week inland and into the mid 70s along the shoreline. In the meantime, this weekend, 74 Saturday along the coast and 73 on Sunday. That is the very latest early warning 7-day forecast. Make it a great weekend.
All right, Mark, thank you. Looks like a great weekend coming up. Well, now to the coronavirus in Connecticut. We are now less than a week away from phase 2 of reopening. And some say we're in good shape. Since yesterday, there are 114 additional cases of COVID-19. 26 more people have died. 24 fewer COVID-19 patients are in the hospital, and more than 5,000 COVID-19 tests have been performed. A major job placement company is setting up a first-of-its-kind partnership with Connecticut to help people get back to work. Stanford-based Indeed is creating a job portal specific to Connecticut. More than 610,000 people have filed for unemployment since our state entered the pandemic there. The governor has also created a workforce council to get people back to work, including an online job fair next week and job training programs. Thanks so much for tuning in to Eyewitness News. Remember, you can get news, weather, anytime. It's on the Channel 3 app. Hope you have a great day and a great weekend.